the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. The morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running. Never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
I was on mute again. I realized before I started speaking. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend so far, and hopefully it'll be even better today. After I'm done, probably, right? I don't see anyone in the chat. Hopefully people start joining. This is my last live stream. Before next Sunday. Hopefully I'll be able to be on next Sunday. Yeah. So I got 2 Fridays left before Christmas. Next Friday on December 6th is my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Pat. I think he's turning 35. And then I have a staff party Friday, so I won't be able to make a live stream. There will be the 14th and the 20th. It is the 20th. Yeah. So a few things happened this weekend already. I mean, it's only been one day, but my mother-in-law was here yesterday to do the Christmas tree and all the decorations. We usually do that a little bit after Memorial Day, Remembrance Day, we try to keep everything away until this holiday is passed. And then, usually, depending on when I go deer hunting, I come back, and this is one of the things that I do with the kids. My girlfriend hates decorating, so I'm usually the one to do it. Now, it didn't happen because I was busy with the homework, with the class, my online class, and mother-in-law proposed to come over. I just want to do a goal. I just want once, if I could have a goal where someone would actually. Okay, let's see. If I get $10, I will do. All right, let's make this funny. But okay, let's make it a goal just for fun. If anyone joins the live stream and they want to do something funny, it'll be fun. So, yesterday, was it Thursday? Good morning, Jake. How's it going? Thursday? Was it Thursday? Thursday, I went over to buy some rabbit feed. And the one selling the feed was asking me if I knew someone who wanted to have some rabbits. I'm always happy to take some livestock out of someone's hand. Thank you so much, especially if I have the space for it, and especially if I'm looking for it, and when it's free. So I asked how much and who was selling them, and turns out that the person selling them was someone I knew that I didn't even know had rabbits, and they were giving it for free. So the person in question told me that they had 2 young rabbits to get rid of. One of their mama got a bunch of babies, and they're going to have to go and catch them. The thing is, they have this big enclosure where the rabbits go freely in that enclosure. That means that because the space is big enough, the rabbits don't dig their way out because they don't have to. They stay there. And it's making me think that maybe at some point I'll be able to do something similar. I know Thor Haven Farm, Darren and Thor Haven Farm have something similar where he has this big enclosure and the rabbits tend to stay in there like a rabbit pen. Unfortunately, they were only able to find one, which is a female, and those rabbits get pretty big. The ones I get this big at maturity, and those will get like double the size. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good. Awesome. That's great. That's great. So I got there. They were only able to find one rabbit. I picked it up. It's here. I'm going to have to go take a look to see how the night was. And they told me that if they find the other one, they would give me a call. And she also gave me where I bought the feed. She also gave me a phone number for someone else that had rabbits to give away. I would have one more place to put them, although I need to fix my rabbit cages before I do so. I'm going to need to take the metal panels I have, the metal sheets, and make something inside the rabbit hutch. Because for some reason, well, I know why. I need to put some branches and trees, especially like alders, in the rabbit cages so that they have something to chew on. Because if I don't, that's when they'll start eating their way out. They eat the wood that their cages are made of. And not last winter, but the winter before, I had a bunch of babies with a mother. They were not yet ready to be on their own. And we had a few snowstorms in a row. And the rabbits together ended up chewing their way out. And one of them actually dug a tunnel under the cage. And I got out in my garage. There he was. And I tried to catch him when he started running. He went under the cage. He went up the tunnel and back in his pen, which was kind of funny and cool and cute, but at the same time very annoying because when you have to go run after rabbits, I mean, they're a lot faster than me, especially in the snow. Good morning, Dave. How's it going? So yeah, I have the equipment. I have the stuff needed to be able to fix my pen, my hutches. So I'll be able to do something now that the giant spiders in my garage are hidden because of the cold. Probably going to be able to try to bring those rabbit hutches in my garage. I need to do a little bit of cleaning, but I'm going to try to do a little bit today. The fact that it's frozen, because I had a chicken coop on one side of my garage, and it's full of poop. And I'm just hoping that it's not too frozen solid and that I can actually go and take it out. My wheelbarrow is outside. I might not be able to use it anyway because of, the snow. I'm going to have to try to figure out a way to take that poop into my compost pile and bring some of the rabbits inside. The thing is that the rabbits are good outside. I mean, they have fur. They're tough. They can handle the cold pretty well. Good morning, Hell Dan. How are you? So yeah, they can handle the cold very well, but the problem is when we have snowstorms, they tend to be buried in the snow with the wind and gust that we get. So sometimes I'll get up in the morning. I have to get up early, dig my way to them, so that they can breathe and they can always breathe. I mean they find a way, but it's just a matter of being able to get to them. You don't want to have them buried in the snow. But the way that I aligned the cages last year, it was really not as bad, although we didn't really have as many snowstorms, so it's hard to say. But by bringing them in the garage, it would be a lot easier for me to feed them, and it'd be a lot easier on the rabbits as well. When you go to work in the morning, you have to leave around 7 because there's a snowstorm, and you have to leave early because you want to get on time. You have to shovel the stairs and the entrance, and then you have to do the rabbits. It takes a while. So if I could save a few minutes by bringing them inside, I'm going to do it. It's just a matter of cleaning that part of my garage. Then I'm going to give a phone call once I'm ready, hopefully by next weekend, to that other person, see if they still have rabbits and how we can arrange for me to go and pick them up. As for my online class, yesterday I was able to accomplish a lot. The final assignment, final assignment per se, was done and delivered. I also had a quiz on Friday. which I did a decent, great 80%. I'm happy with that. And there was also another homework I had to do for the 12th. So it would have been due in 2 weeks, but I was able to do it. Well, I started it last weekend and I was able to finish it yesterday. So that being said, now I have 2 more classes, I think. 1, 2. 2 more classes. And then we'll have a third one where we're going to go over what needs to be studied for the exam, which is 4 days later. I still don't know how that's going to work. I mean, I'm home. How can they know if I cheated or not if they have no way of seeing me? Usually when we have an exam like this, you have to go in an office somewhere with a pharmacist or someone with a legal license, a lawyer, pharmacist, a doctor, or someone like that can, or even a college teacher or something like that can witness that you're not cheating and you're actually doing the exam on your own. Now, I'm guessing this could be done with the camera on. They can see that you're looking at the computer keyboard, but then again, nothing stops me from having a bunch of answers in front of me there. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. That's not what I'm saying. But in terms of them being, what's the word I could use? Good morning, Ann. How's it going? Miss Andale. In terms of them being accredited and all, you would think that they would have a way for me to do my exam in a proper way. They can't stop me from looking at my keyboard. They can't stop me from looking at my mouse. They can't stop me from looking at my computer screen. Nothing stops me from opening a bunch of different pages. So I don't know. Not saying that's what I want to do, just saying that those are things that some people who want to cheat would do. So, yes, don't forget the thumbs up. What else did I want to talk about this morning? Oh, I was watching a YouTube video about a guy that was giving advice on what to do to help your channel get better. And he was talking about ChatGPT. And he was saying how you can actually ask ChatGPT to formulate a description, a title, the hashtag, and the keywords for your video. All you have to do is explain the video to ChatGPT and ask for SEO optimization on your video. And to be this has been a life changer. This is a life changer. Really, it's been giving me great ideas. It's been coming up with a bunch of amazing keywords, hashtags. The fact that I speak French as a main language, it's been helping me also to formulate my sentences a lot better. Let's say I had 2 lines to explain my video. Well, they can do it, just kind of say the same thing, but in 10 lines with all the keywords integrated in a description. A great idea for a catchy title with a bunch of hashtags that I could use in my description, and also a bunch of keywords to put in the keyword description. They're also giving advice on how to make a thumbnail, how to optimize your video in other ways. If you don't want to take what they're giving you, you can also take their advice and do something on your own. It would also be a great way to come up with new ideas for videos. Let's say um, you could start having like a little chat with ChatGPT and say, "Hey, it's winter. I have nothing better to do. What can I do as a video, being a homesteader in the winter in the snow?" And then it could give you a few ideas, and you could select the video you want to make and say, "Okay, give me an idea of what to make uh, for that video," and it would come up with key points of what you should say or do in your video, and then it would also make the SEO for you. So it's kind of like cheating, but in a legal way. um, I've just been using it so far for a few titles. It's been saving me lots of time because, let's face it, good morning, Huga Homestead. Before I go any further, I'm going to say good morning. Thank you so much for being here. I forgot your first name, and I know you've told me often. I see you are over 10K. That's something to be proud of. Yeah, it is amazing. Um, I know I have a lot of friends that click subscribe that are not necessarily watching, but I also have a lot of people watching, which is pretty cool. I have a few videos that are doing pretty well. Um, and those are the evergreen videos, and those are the ones that I want to keep uh, trying to make. CB. All right, I'll try to remember, even though I probably won't. Uh, but I'll try to remember. Um, so where was I? Talking about ChatGPT. Um, yeah, it's been saving me lots of time because I make my video. The filming is usually something I do as I do what I have to do. It's usually filming something I need to do. Let's say I'm filming, when I was filming the hamburgers a few days ago. Well, I'm still going to do the hamburgers. I just need to put a camera in front of it. So that doesn't really take much more time, especially since my girlfriend helped me and was filming a little bit. And I was able to film her hands. That's a start. You don't think that I had those beautiful hands playing with the meat, did you? And that sounds bad, but ground meat. And then I come here to do the editing on my laptop. I'll usually put some videos on in the background, people I try to support, and I'll watch a few seconds, do a few things here, watch a few seconds, do a few things here, and then I can comment and interact on the video. Then once I'm done my editing, I do the export. I'll be able to watch maybe three more videos. Then I upload it, and for me, that's where it takes the longest time. Sometimes it'll be uploaded before I go to bed, so I'll start uploading, go to bed, the next morning post it, but it takes time to put the keywords, the title, the hashtags, the description, and all that kind of stuff. But right now, with ChatGPT, I can click upload, and while it's exporting, I can have ChatGPT giving me all the information I need. While it's uploading, I can put all that in, and I need to make the thumbnail, and that's also hard to make sometimes. But I suppose they're going to come out with AI stuff for thumbnails as well. All right. There's a lot of people in the community that we interact more often with, and we get to know them. And then there's a few people that supports us, and we try to support. We don't necessarily interact as much. And sometimes it's hard to remember the names of everyone because, we have the real life people, and we have the homesteading people, the YouTube people. There's so many people to remember names. It's hard. So for my thumbnails, I use Canva, and it's been a lot easier since I'm using Canva. I don't know. Is there AI on Canva? I think there is. Boom. Uh, 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 uh. I don't want to create an invoice. Create a design. YouTube thumbnail. Good morning, Rebecca. How's it going? So, good question. Use 4 words to describe. Let's say, what could be my next? Well, deer hunting 2024. Yeah, it doesn't really come up with quick action. Let's see. Search anything. Brainstorm with AI suggestion. Deer hunting 2024 thumbnail. Generate. Okay, so it's giving me a description, but that's not what I want. Just a sec. Oh, okay. All right. Can I share? I'm just gonna share because I wanted to show you Canva. You know, I tried to come over here, create a design, replace current page. So I don't want to have text. I want to have. I thought there was AI on Canva. Design. Create a deer hunting template. Not template, thumbnail. I thought for sure there were ways to do that with AI. Photos. Oh, here. Okay. Create a YouTube thumbnail for my deer hunting adventure. Let's see. I'm just curious to see what it's going to do. Okay. Not a logo. I want a thumbnail. Looks like it didn't really work. Generate again. YouTube thumbnail for my deer hunting adventure. Let's see if it gets better. I have enjoyed seeing you get better at gardening over the last 5 years. It was great to meet you several times. Thank you, Dave. And yes, it was great meeting you as well. Um, it's crazy how time goes by so fast. And, that was my whole point. Um, to be able to show people that if I can do it in that short amount of time, someone else can do it as well. I got lucky. When you say you meet the right people at the right time, Selge certainly helped me a lot. He was a lifesaver by offering me a place to put my animals. I had the community garden where I could go and grow lots of food as well. I met Remy and Marilyn, who helped me with my meat chickens, and I do the same for them. We help each other out. Meeting, Darren, Brigitte, Annie, Marilyn, Tracy, Dave, Scott from Rambling with the Brooms, Mike and Angie at Me and New Cares, Lynn and David at Bucket List Homestead, Chris and Steph from Hickory Croft Farm, Thomas from Life in the Valley. I'm sure I'm forgetting some people, definitely forgetting some people, but Jack and Lindsay from Good Timber Farm. Those were all people I met in real life, and it helped me grow not only as a person but as a homesteader in general. I mean, it was all positive to be able to learn from so many different people, and I was able to take what I wanted and what I liked about everyone. That makes no sense at all. Dali is creating pictures, but not thumbnails. But it could help create logo or something like that. Joyfield Jenny, thank you so much for stopping by. Good morning. Hopefully you're doing well. Well, the AI is not really working well. Okay, let's forget about that. Let's go instead with ChatGPT, so I can show you what I use ChatGPT for. Okay. Can I start over? Got it. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Share screen. Entire screen, this side. Okay. So, message ChatGPT. I made a YouTube video about my deer hunting adventure. I didn't get my trophy, but came back with meat because my brother got one. Most importantly, came home with tons of great memories. The video is mostly me walking around looking for beautiful natural spots. Can you help me optimize my SEO for title description, keywords, and hashtags, please. So this is what ChatGPT can do for you. So first of all, it's going to give me a few ideas for titles. Deer hunting adventure, exploring nature, tracking the hunt, and creating memories. That is right there a title I could use for my deer hunting adventure. The second one, epic deer hunting adventure, searching for a trophy and enjoying the outdoors. That's also another good title. Hunting for memories, my deer hunt journey with family. Very interesting. And it's also telling everything you need to know about the video, mostly. Deer hunting adventure, beautiful nature and unforgettable moments. No trophy, but success. Chasing memories, a deer hunt filled with nature, family, and adventure. So for me, the first two ones are the best. I would probably go with that one. It touches me a little bit more. That video is not edited yet, so it might change a little bit. Sometimes you look at the footage and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I should focus on that aspect instead, or do something different than what you had originally in mind a little bit. But okay, so here's a description it's giving me. Join me on an unforgettable deer hunting adventure in the wild. I didn't tag my trophy deer, my brother did, and we came home with plenty of meat. But what truly made this trip special were the beautiful natural spots we explored, the memories we made, and the quality time spent with family. This video showcases the serene beauty of the outdoor and the thrill of the hunt. From tracking deer through the forest to capturing breathtaking landscapes. Whether you're a seasoned hunter or nature enthusiast, come along for the ride as we chase both trophies and memories. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more hunting adventures and outdoor experience. And then it's giving me a bunch of hashtags here. Deer hunting, outdoor adventure, nature walks, family hunting, hunting memories, wildlife exploration, tracking deer, hunting life, hunt with family. All very good hashtags. Keywords. Keywords are important because they help YouTube understand what your video is about and makes it easier for people to find. Here's a list of possible keywords for your videos. Deer hunting adventure, hunting trip, tracking deer, deer hunt memories, outdoor adventure, nature exploration, family hunting trip, deer hunting with family, beautiful hunting spots, hunting journey, hunting vlog, and so on. And then there's a bunch of other hashtags. They're probably the same as these ones here. You can include these hashtags in the video description or title. Up to 15 hashtags allowed, but keep them relevant. Final example, title, description. So it's giving you final example of what you can do. And then it says this approach ensures your content is well optimized for search engines while still being authentic to the essence of your video. Good luck with your video, and I hope it reaches the audience it deserves. So, I'm saving lots of time. It took me, maybe 20 seconds to write my description here of what the video was all about. I have my title created. I have my description, my hashtags, my keywords, and here, what kind of, or what could my thumbnail look like? So it's giving me a bunch of ideas. Okay, key visual elements for thumbnail. Nature, scenic background, a beautiful outdoor setting, forest, field, mountain, lake, to highlight the natural beauty that you explored. So I know just exactly where in my videos to take the footage for the background. You or your brother with the deer. If possible, feature yourself or your brother holding the deer or standing near it. even though you didn't get a trophy, showing the success of the hunt with meat or your brother's deer has an authenticity. Action shot. You walking through the forest looking through binoculars or in a hunting pose to create excitement in an action in the thumbnail. Okay, that might be a little bit harder um, to make in the sense that, um, I mean, my pew pew is hidden, like it's locked away. My hunting gear is put away. Um, it might be hard for me to take a nice picture with my hunting gear and do that action shot, but it's still doable. Bright colors. Use contrasting bright colors to make thumbnails stand out. For instance, vibrant green and browns from nature surrounding, or if you wore a bright hunting vest that can be highlighted to add visibility. Text overlay. Add bold, large text that grabs attention like hunting adventure, epic hunt, family and nature, chasing memories, no trophy but success, exploring beautiful spots. So basically the title, from what I've seen in other people's video, is the text you put in your thumbnail should be short and sweet and should be a complement to your title and not the same words. So if my title was Deer Hunting 2024, for example, if it was short and sweet like that, my title, I should not have Deer Hunting 2024 in my thumbnail. Those are good examples, depending on the title I said I was going to use. Let's see. I said Deer Hunting Adventure Exploring Nature. Okay, this is what I was going to use. Deer Hunting Adventure, Exploring Nature, Tracking the Hunt, Creating Memories. So I could put this in my thumbnail, showing that, no, I didn't get the deer I wanted, but, it is still a success. And then people will want to know, why was it a success if you didn't get the deer? Well, I can explain that, in my video, finding beautiful spots, walking around, spending time with the family, and so on, blah, blah, blah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your day. Thank you so much, Numis Maniac. The Numis Maniac. Thank you so much for stopping by. What is ChatGPT? I never used ChatGPT before. I'm new to ChatGPT. I'm a techno nerd and need help with this. Is this a platform or an app or both? It is both. You can have the app on your cell phone. I think it's free to use. Although there's a maximum amount of things you can do. I don't know if it's in a day or in a week. But little secret, if you have more than one browser on your computer, for example, I use Edge mostly, but I also have, as you can see, I have Edge. Oh, you don't see, sorry. As you can see down here, I have Edge, and I also have Chrome. So you can have a certain amount of free, I don't know if we can call it help or free conversation with ChatGPT or free commands on Edge, and then you can have a certain amount free on Chrome. And I also have my laptop, I also have my cell phone, and I have my computer at work that sometimes before I start working, I can use it if I want to. But let's face it, nobody here does more than 7 videos in a week. And at least I don't think so. You would have plenty. And ChatGPT is, you just go to chatgpt.com. The link is here. The app is also called ChatGPT. If you're ever wondering, sometimes you're searching for information, you can't find it, it's never clear, you can ask ChatGPT, and sometimes they'll find the right information. I mean, I wouldn't trust ChatGPT with a life or death situation. I wouldn't say, hey, I found a red mushroom, should I eat it? I wouldn't trust it with my life like this. But to get some information, to get confirmations sometimes about stuff that you think might be right, to find text descriptions and to help you with your daily work. It's incredible. I know kids in school are probably using that a lot, which is not necessarily what I would recommend because, you don't want to cheat. But that's why I'm saying it's kind of cheating on YouTube, but also it's legal. It's helping you get the right words at the right places and the right keywords and hashtags, and you are very, very welcome. It's something I found on a video I was watching, and I figured I was going to give it a try. And honestly, it's been a game changer. I spent the last week going through some old videos, and something else that the guy was saying, and I kind of realized by doing the Chat GPT thing, I had this set of hashtags or keywords, where I would always have Canadian homesteaders, homesteading New Brunswick, Ram's family, farming, gardening, foraging, and so on, where I would I wanted the people to know if they were searching for foraging to come to my video because I'm a foraging channel. But what I realized and what I start to understand is if your video, the way that YouTube works, from what I understand, is they have AI going through your video. So what you say in your video, what you do in your video, the AI can recognize that. So if you do a video about planting tomatoes and you start talking about, in your description, you start having keywords and hashtags about shopping at Costco, YouTube will know that they do not they're not they don't correspond with each other. They don't fit well with each other, or what, I don't know what the word would be, but they would know that your video is not about shopping at Costco. So it will not push your video because it could be seen as trying to use those hashtags to get the views for something that might be deceiving to your viewers. So if I make a video on deer hunting, I cannot have farming and gardening in my keywords because it's not true. The video is not about that. My channel is about that, but not my video. And there is a place where you can set that information for your video per se, but not for your channel. Sorry, there's a place where you can set those specific keywords for your channel, but not for your specific videos. So that's also something you need to be careful about. If I make a video on, foraging lobster mushrooms, well, I can have farming and Canadian homesteaders and gardening and fishing in there because I'm not fishing. I'm not gardening. I'm foraging. Foraging can be in there. Lobster mushrooms can be in there. Wild edibles can be in there. Looking for mushrooms can be in there. Foraging for mushrooms, those kind of words. But if once you start doing that, sometimes you'll notice that, hey, I don't really have many keywords because I had to remove those that don't fit my video. Chat GPT will help you. Will help you find those keywords for your video. Sometimes it's just a matter of putting the words in a different way, and it will help someone find your video. And I will go through all my videos at some point. We'll go through the older ones and try to make them better. So composition ideas. So this is about the thumbnail again. Left side, you or your brother, possibly with a relaxed or joyful expression, holding or standing near a deer, or looking through binoculars. Right side, a stunning shot of the forest, the landscape, or the nature you explored. Make sure it reflects the beauty of the outdoors, such as misty morning scene or colorful foliage. So the left and right side is something I already kind of had in mind. I did take some pictures with my son when we were hunting in a tent at the end because it was raining like crazy. I just don't know if the lighting was good enough to use to use those pictures of us. But it is something that I will definitely try. Uh, where I have both of our faces from sideways, I can have myself like this, looking that direction, and my son looking that way, and have those faces on the sides, and have the background of a beautiful landscape that I've seen while I was hunting, and maybe like have a deer in the background somewhere, or text. Places text towards the top or bottom of the thumbnail in a bold font, preferably white or yellow for high contrast, with a slight outline to make it stand out in the background. Example layout. Background A, stunning forest with sunlight peeking through trees, showcasing the beauty of nature. Middle, you walking through the woods or holding hunting gear, possibly with a joyful content look, showing your connection to nature. Foreground, your brother, if included, standing with the deer, even if it's just the meat, to show the success. Well, my brother doesn't really want to be on YouTube, so that's not going to happen. Text, hunting adventure, in bold white, font across, or I was thinking of maybe using no trophy but success. Image edits, use a slight vignette or blur the edge to focus attention on the center of the thumbnail. Oh, that's interesting. Highlight any wildlife or nature element in the background, like birds flying or a tranquil lake, to add interest. Brighten the colors to make thumbnail pop, and use eye-catching font for text. So it's telling me you can use tools like Canva, Adobe Spark. I've never seen Adobe Spark. I don't know what that is, but I've used Photoshop in the past to create professional-looking thumbnail. These platforms offer templates specifically for YouTube thumbnails with options to add text, adjust brightness, and manipulate photos. So it's giving me a bunch of more examples here of what I can do. So, I mean, you got nothing to lose. It's free. You can sign up and get more precise information, I guess. It says that if you log in, you get more personalized data. But I find that for YouTube, because every video is different, that not logging in, not creating an account is just as good. And you are very welcome. You're a blessing to all of us. Keep that glow. God bless you and all loved ones. Thank you. Thank you. You're also sweet. Don't be a bum. Double tap that thumb if you're on your phone. Awesome. Yes, thank you. Don't forget the thumbs up. So yeah, I just love ChatGPT for all those reasons. I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy to use. All you do is it's literally like talking to someone. You say, "Hey, I want to create this. Can you help me make sure I don't forget anything?" Or you could be, "Is there a free app that would allow me to do this?" And it will come up with a bunch of apps. Next, I could be, "Hey, do you have a nice apple pie recipe?" It will come up with a few recipes. It's kind of a search engine, but more into like you were talking with someone, which is kind of cool. And well, it could be creepy for some people because, I mean, you can feel like sometimes you're having a real conversation. I mean, I find myself saying thank you to ChatGPT. Thanks. But I don't know. I guess it makes it more personal when you when you do it. Might sound crazy, but anyway. So hopefully that helped you. And hopefully it will help you in the future as well. I know I will go back on most of my videos to do SEO optimization on, well, pretty much all of my videos, especially the ones that I want blowing up, So, was it Thursday night? We started having snow. We've had a little bit of snow before, but it melted right away, when it snows during the night and it melts during the day. But this time the snow stayed. and it lasted until Saturday morning, at some point during the night. So we have about 3, 4, maybe 5 inches of snow on the ground right now. So that means that winter is not officially here, but it is the northern New Brunswick winter for sure. It gets cold, there's snow, and if Patrick Cost was here, he would tell me that I need to enjoy it. I know a lot of people in my personal group chats, they enjoy the winter. I don't. People find it peaceful. I know some people that will see the beauty and everything, so they see the snow, and for them it's beautiful. I don't know. I just feel like when it's white, I mean, it's just uh, plain. If everything is white, it's like there's no color. I prefer the summer when you have flowers, you have the bees, you have the green, you have different shaded greens. Actually, you have the blue skies, you have the sun, you have, as in the winter, I don't know, it's just white. And then you have to shovel. I hate shoveling. It always hurts my back. It's cold. People will say, well, if it snows, it's not as cold. I get what you mean. I get it that if it's minus 40 outside, chances are it's not going to snow. But if it's minus 40 outside, I don't need to go outside. Because it's not snowing, I will not go outside. But if it snows, even if it's just minus 10, even if it was minus 5, well, guess what? If it snows, I have to go out. I'll have snow in my face, snow in my neck. My hands will get cold. And my internet is crappy at the moment. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know. I am connected directly on the Wi. I'm not on the Wi-Fi. I'm connected directly with the direct cable connection to the hub, and I was getting 1 out of 3 bars, which is kind of weird. So yeah, when it snows, that's when I have to go outside. If it doesn't snow, I don't have to go outside. Spring and autumn are beautiful. Well, the only reason I don't like fall is because of what follows. If we could go spring, summer, fall, back to spring, I would love fall. But I hate the winter. And the thing is, we have winter. Like January, it's winter. February, March, it's winter. April, we're waiting for spring, but sometimes we'll still be in the winter temperatures. We'll have snow until the end of April. Then, for the whole month of May, it starts to get nice, but still too cold to do any activities outside. The snow is kind of melting, but you can't really do any gardening because, well, you don't know if it's going to snow again. So you're kind of waiting for summer in the month of May. And then June arrives, you start planning your stuff, hoping that summer's really here. And then you have from mid-June, July is summer, August is summer, until mid-September. And then you're just waiting for fall to arrive, waiting for winter. I mean, when fall arrives, you're basically just waiting for winter. And then, winter arrives and it starts over. So I feel like we have 2 months of summer, and the rest of the time is either winter or waiting for winter to arrive or winter to leave. I remember, though, let's say 10, 15 years ago, I remember when we would have the Acadian Day on August 15th, then you would kind of start seeing a change in the weather. It would get a lot colder. The wind, cold wind, and the nights were getting cooler. So we would have like from mid June until mid August, where it would really be nice weather. Now it starts a little bit earlier in June. Sometimes we might get lucky and have nice weather in May, and it goes until, well, mid September and sometimes even later. I've seen myself go moose hunting at the end of September and come back early October and still have stuff growing in my garden. My favorite season is definitely summer. I just, we when I go to work, all our breaks, if it's not raining, we go outside. It's always, the fresh air. I tend to have seasonal depression, so when I stay inside, or even, in the winter, I go to work, it's dark, I get out, it's dark. On a weekend, I usually have so much to do that I don't really go out. And I don't like going out. When it's a chore, something that you have to do, it's usually not as fun as doing something because you like doing it. If I wanted to, even, I remember being a kid, creating little mazes in the snow. It'd be fun, take a shovel and go make some little roads and little shelters and all that kind of stuff in the snow. But now that I have to do it, I don't like it. It's not as fun. But in the summer, you could just go out, enjoy the sun, breathe fresh air. That's when it really comes to life. You'll see the animals, you'll see the butterflies, you'll see, yes, there's the mosquitoes, but you see the butterflies, you'll see the bees at work, you'll see the flowers, you'll see the trees, the leaves, the fruits, the garden growing. And it feels like everyone is just happy. The kids are not at school, they're home, they get up, they go out, they play. You can play sports outside in the summer. Yes, you can go skating and skiing in the winter, but back in the days when I used to go skiing, I would go up and down the hill twice and then go inside for a beer or a poutine, and then go up and down the hill a couple of times and go back inside for a beer. So I would spend more time inside drinking beer than actually be out doing sports. Although I remember when we were younger, we would go to the ice rink, outdoor ice, and play hockey. That was fun. But now I don't have any more equipment. My skates were forgotten in the garage, and they got moldy and rusty, and I can't do anything with them anymore. I would probably need to put them in vinegar or Coca-Cola to remove all the rust. Maybe I could use them again. I guess I should try that. I don't even know if I still have them. I think I might have thrown them away. I guess I'll have to see. I should probably just go and buy new skates, but the kids don't really ask to go, and when they do, Alexa's there to go with them. They like going once in a while, so, Marilyn, how's it going? Thank you so much for stopping by. The summer here all day in the south is beautiful. Oh, that must be nice. But I have to say, the fact that we have winter here, we don't have deadly spiders, we don't have deadly snakes, we don't have alligators. There's literally nothing here that could kill us unless you got bitten by ticks. You just have to make sure you don't get bit by ticks. And I wouldn't want to go bother a bear, but black bears most of the time will not bother you at all. Most of the time. The rabbits did not get the memo that winter is coming. Why did you get some more babies? Winter is here. For me, I already have about 5 inches of snow. But at this time, it's time to rest. It's family time. Um, I spent, uh, since I couldn't take my girlfriend out last Tuesday, um, it was our 15th anniversary, and because of a drying machine that died, I had no money to take her out. I told her I was going to cook her a nice supper yesterday, so I made deer steaks with beets, blue Hubbard squash, carrots, pickled, um, a few things like that. And I took care of all the dishes, all the cleaning, and we watched a movie together. We watched a movie. What's it called? Uh, it's based on a true story. It's The Girl in the Attic, I think. Let's see if it can load. Okay, no, the name of the movie is The Girl Locked Upstairs, the Tanya Cash story. Uh, it's kind of creepy to think that something like that can actually happen, because something like that did happen. It's the story about a girl that goes to school and she's not making any friends. So the security guard kind of becomes her friend, and she's trying to run away from home. And he goes on to tell her how she needs his protection, and she hides in his place to hide from the foster parents and people from school. And eventually he starts um, brainwashing her into believing that she needs to stay there for her own protection, but it's actually because he wants to hide the fact that he's a pedophile and he's been abusing her. She was 14, and I think she stayed there for 8 years. But like every other horror story like that, usually the girl starts to have the trust of the guy because she does what he wants, and eventually she'll realize that what she's going through is not right. And but I don't want to give all the movie out, but it's a good movie to watch if you want to watch a good movie. It's not a very long movie either, so it's cool. I will. Thank you so much for stopping by. 10:30 your time, Eastern time, so that means in about an hour and 20 minutes. Creekside Chronicles. You're drowning in babies. You can send a few my way if you have too much. But then again, weren't you saying how you don't have enough for the winter? It might cost you a little bit more to raise them because of the cold, but if they survive, the video, yeah, sure. That's the name of the movie. Feeling isolated and lonely, a 14-year-old Tanya Cash befriends Tom Hose, a school security guard who lures her into his home, held captive and abused for 10 years. Tanya eventually finds the courage to take a dangerous step toward freedom. It's crazy how human can be so easily brainwashed when you think of it. And I'm not going to go too much into details because not everyone feels the same way I do, but there's been a lot of brainwashing going around in the last few years. Eastern Standard. Okay, so in about an hour and 20 minutes. All right. Yes, it is. It is according to what it says here. Uh, I don't know any of the actors, although Jesse Fraser, the name doesn't sound familiar, but her face seemed familiar. It was on Amazon Prime. It's kind of like in the same kind of movie as the Kara Robinson story. Those are movies that will creep you out to know that it's actually happening. It's we see horror stories of people that disappear. Keep positive. Yeah, I'm talking about people disappearing. And I don't know, sometimes you kind of hope you find them. Uh, and well, you always hope you find them, but it's better to find them dead than never find them at all, because you never know what they're going through. There was a story about it. Was it in Austria a few years back that came out where uh, this girl was locked in a garage. The same kind of story. She was locked in a garage for, I don't know, 14 years, or was it? And she ended up being able to escape. She was kidnapped, brought into a garage. It was like a basement, like a hidden uh, place under a garage where she was hidden. And she was only like 2 houses away from her place. When she managed to escape, her parents couldn't even believe that she was there. You kind of make your your mind that you're never going to see your child again, and suddenly she arrives 14 years later at the door asking for help. And what happened with that story is the guy, when he realized that the girl was gone, he jumped in front of a train and killed himself. So he never got to get uh, the life prison he deserved. But those stories happen all over the world, and sometimes we just don't hear about them. But I mean, if something like that happened to one of my kids, I would go and search every house in the world for my kids, and I don't think I would be able to stop. I worked as a garden as a item strictly service work. I didn't take no paycheck. God's work and saw lots. Yeah, even in families in general, like even without being kidnapped, there are kids out there that don't get the life they deserve, and that always bothers me a lot to know that there might be I know some kids that are not raised well, and even if everyone knows, even if the cops know, even if the social services know, there's always a loophole somewhere where they can't help the kids. I mean, wouldn't it raise red flags if a 12-year-old was caught selling drugs in school? Right there, it's a red flag. And then a year or two later, the dad goes to prison because he was selling drugs. I kind of feel like it should raise a lot of red flags. But those kids don't get the help they need because, I don't know, freedom. Um, social services cannot get involved. But then again, you'll have people making false claims, and social services will have to investigate when there's nothing to investigate. So sometimes I really don't understand. Exactly. Search every house for a kid. Good parents would. Yeah, I know I would. And Sometimes I just drive around and I look at the houses and I'm like, oh, could there possibly be something under that house? Could there possibly be somewhere to hide someone? Because I know a few places. Um, for example, my uncle has a garage where he was working on cars. And instead of making something to lift the cars up, he made like a hole in the ground where it can go down the stairs and go work from under the car. So if he was able to do that, I mean, it's just a little square box where you can just actually work under the car. But you would think that other people might be doing the same thing for other bad reasons, right? But okay, let's stay. You wanted me to stay positive. Let's change the tone of this conversation a little bit. Marilyn, are you still there? How many babies are we talking about? And do you have space for all of them? Well, you have a nice rabbit hutch. Like, you have a nice enclosure for them. I didn't even have time to go put the rabbit manure around all my fruit trees. And I wonder if I do it now, if it's going to work or if it's too late. I also learned it's a catastrophe, to be honest. Oh no. Oh, so you're gonna have to bring them inside? It might be too cold for them, or are they good? They're not. Uh, that sucks. Um, yeah, I learned a little bit about the air layering or air grafting I did this summer, and I found out why some of them did not work, and I found out what happened to those branches. When I said that I could see uh, the white little lumps on my branches, that is the tree healing itself. So it's not actually making roots. Um, I have a few branches that created roots, tiny roots. So I gave them a lot of manure, a lot of compost, a lot of nice, well-drained soil. And I'm hoping they had time to grow a little bit before the cold arrived, although I'm not too optimistic about that. Not for the apple trees, anyway. I had a few good apple trees that I wanted to grab, and when I went to pick them up, there were bears that had literally clawed those little balls out. And I also realized that the smaller the branches, and especially if they're new growth, they tend to work better. So I'm going to have to go back, but just use a tiny little transparent root balls. Hopefully next year I'll be able to get a few more apple trees. And if anyone in my family or girlfriend is asking me what they can get me for Christmas, for Father's Day, for my birthday, fruit trees is always a very good idea, especially apple trees, plum trees, pear trees. Fruit trees like that are always very appreciated. There, I said it. For your manure, you can put it around your trees now. It will be good for next spring. Okay, I might have to try to find where my trees are. Because of the grass, because of the heavy snow. Hopefully they didn't crumble under the snow. But I will go, when I go feed the rabbits in a few minutes, I'll check that to see if my trees are still up. I know I have at least 2, even maybe 4 crabapple trees. But what I want to do at some point is graft on them. And even if they just grow crab apples, I mean, they might not be the best to taste, but I can still make jelly. I can still make juice. and it will still produce beautiful flowers, and it will still help pollinate the other ones. So I don't mind having a few crabapple trees. And like I said, if I can graft them, once they take properly, I can definitely try to graft them. And I know I have a few good apple trees around here where I can uh, cut a few branches to try to graft them. On my dad has an apple tree that my brother started from seeds, and he's been complaining that the tree is actually pretty big. I mean, it's about the same height. Well, it's higher than me. I can't reach the top of the tree when I'm there. Uh, so the tree got very big, and I think he started that about 10 years ago. So the tree is about 10 years old. Not a single flower on it yet. My dad wanted to cut it down. I'm like, no, 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 don't cut it down. I'll graft on it. Let me graft it. I also need to cut a few branches. There are way too many branches because it looks like a Christmas tree. You know, all the branches. It can't breathe. Um, I managed to graft about 10 branches, and only 2 of them took off. But 2 is 2. Now it's going to be a matter of remembering which ones were grafted so I don't cut them off by accident in the spring. But also, I'm going to have to trim it, prune it a little bit. And sorry, I had to take that message. So yeah, I'm going to have to prune that apple tree. And hopefully by pruning the tree and grafting a few more branches on it, it will eventually grow fruit. My dad really enjoys those white and yellow apples. The white ones, I know where there's a wild white apple tree, but those don't grow every year. The golden delicious either, they don't produce every year. So I need to remember exactly where it is, and those are pretty rare. We won't find them all over the place. So what I need to do, really, the best thing to do would be to go in the spring, cut a few branches, and try to grow them on the apple tree. I've seen a few videos on how it gets done, but I have to admit, the ones that I see seem to have it so easy. They take the branch, they put it there, they tape it, and it stays there, and it doesn't move. I did that. I cut the branches the proper way, put them around the branch, put a bunch of tape, and it would just go like and fall off. So I don't know. I'm going to have to find a way to make it tougher. Good morning, Joey. Thank you so much for stopping by. That's awesome. Fruit trees. Have you heard of moringa? Moringa. I've never heard of it. Moringa. Help. Well, I say no. I might have heard it under a different name. What a tree it is. Oh, really? Okay. I've never seen that tree. Moringa. It's a superfood. Cool. What does moringa do to the body? Studies show that moringa oleifera may lead to modest reduction in blood sugar and cholesterol, and may also have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects and protects against arsenic toxicity. Moringa leaves are also highly nutritious and should be beneficial for people who are lacking in essential nutrients. Cool. Who cannot take moringa? Okay. Is it safe to take moringa? Okay. Manga growing zone. Let's see if I can have it here. Oh. Okay, so it's a tropical tree. I will not be able to grow here. I am in zone 4. But it's still pretty cool to know, though. Might be able to order the plant itself from Amazon and use it right away. Have a good month of garden vacation. Yeah, that's about all you get. Well, for us, for me anyway, it's December, January, where I rest. And I say rest. It's actually hard to make videos at this time of year because I don't know what to do. It's gonna be, those sprout seeds and things like that. A few cooking videos, and then I'm probably gonna make a video on how I store my seeds and that kind of stuff. But I can't really do any homesteading stuff because there's already snow. I usually go out for a walk, snowshoeing or whatever. But that also happens in the fall, in the spring. I mean, in March. My brother-in-law told me that he wants to come again this year for maple syrup, and he told me we're gonna make a nice video for you to show out. So hopefully I can do that. He's been promising me that for the last 4 years, but it just never happened. So hopefully it happens this year, and hopefully I get to have a lot of maple syrup. That would be awesome. This tree may be the one you can do many things with. I agree. From what I could see quickly, very helpful and useful tree. It has many uses and it's awesome. But unfortunately, I will not be able to grow it here. It is good for the soil to have a good freeze. Yeah. Although I wish it would not freeze for a few months at a time here. Let's face it. It's December 1st, and everything is white. And I will probably not see any green until early May. Maybe if I'm lucky, the end of April, but most likely early May. I will not see any green. December, January, February, March, April. It'll be at least 5 months before I start seeing some green, if I'm lucky. How's the coffee, everyone? Mine is done. Got no more coffee. But yeah, so winter's here. And there's not much I can do. I have to try to get something ready for my rabbits. My chickens, I do a deep layering. I'll try to find some hay for my rabbits. It's hard to find around here. Maybe the guy not too far from here will have some for sale. If I could just get at least one or two square bales of hay, it sells for about $6-7. May, June, July. I get June, July, August, and September, where I know I'm not going to have any snow on the ground. At least it will not stay if it happens. Was 12 degrees last week, -5 past 2 days. Well, for once, I can tell you, good for you. I'm kidding, Dave. I love you, Dave. Just teasing you. You keep teasing us about how you can garden all year round. Well, good for you. So yeah. What do you guys do when winter arrives with your homestead? When there's nothing you can do in the garden? I'm gonna try to put some hay or wood chips for my chickens. Even I'll try to take some of the manure where the chickens are with my shovel and try to put it in the compost pile, it will keep them a little bit warmer because the compost will create some heat and it helps the chickens to stay warmer. I try to give some hay to my rabbits when I can find some. In the summer, I give them grass. I give them a lot of grass. They'll eat whatever they want. They'll do whatever they want with the rest. But in the winter, I usually give them a lot of snow. Even if I give them water, they'll probably put it on the floor, on the ground before they drink it, and it'll probably freeze before they drink it. So they go by with tons and tons of snow. But for the trees, I know I should try to attach the branches together to help them withstand the winter. I never do. I always regret, but I don't really have time to do it. I need to buy the stuff, like the proper equipment. I'm lucky, at least I don't have any animals going after my fruit trees. Like I don't have deer, I don't have moose coming on my property, I don't have rabbits eating my garden. So, I don't need to worry about that. I have mice issues, but there's a cat coming around, one of the neighbor's cat. He's probably getting a few mouses here and there. We're supposed to have a really cold December and mild January and February. Well, that's awesome. That means we will not have a lot of snow in December. And, well, I'm hoping for cold January because I want to go ice fishing. And I would love to have a fishing tent as well. So I don't know if the tent I brought deer hunting, if it's good enough to withstand the wind. And, it's not going to withstand the cold, but maybe it could withstand the wind and help a little bit when we go ice fishing. I feel more Canadian now. I can wear Steph's mittens. Yes. I have to find mine and take them out, but those are usually the ones I wear as well because they're very warm, very comfy. Thank you so much, Handale. Take care. We'll see you next time. I'm wearing them every day for a few weeks now. I didn't wear them. This year was the first year, first time ever where I go deer hunting without ever wearing gloves. It happened maybe twice where I would put my hands under my arms or in my pockets, but it was just, almost cold, but not as cold as I would need gloves. So are they on now? Creekside Chronicles. Let's see. Swapping the Yamaha. I don't even know if I'm subscribed to. To be fair, I'm not a very religious person, so I don't really assist to those kind of things. But I will share. I am subscribed. I just don't really follow and join. I will give him a thumbs up, and I will still share for those of you who are into that kind of stuff. I will also redirect you to their live stream. Oh, Betty is there. There. I will redirect you to Betty J. Gathers instead, which is more me. I'm not a religious person. All right, thank you, Jenny. We'll talk to you next time, and let me save that just so that you can get redirected after I'm done. So I will let you guys go. You will be redirected to Betty J. Gathers. Awesome lady. She's awesome. I've been supporting her for a couple of years now. I suggest you do the same. Go show us some love, at least a thumbs up and a little hello in the chat. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.